everybody, and welcome to the Helen Winder Show. I'm Helen Winder, and my lovely, gorgeous guest today is Alyssa Smith from Alyssa Smith Jewellery. Hello, Alyssa, and welcome.
Hey, Helen. Thank you for having me.
No, it's great to have you here because I know you are a really busy bee with your beautiful jewellery, as well as all your other things that you do. So thank you so much for taking the time to join me. Tell our listeners about yourself, where you come from, and what it is you do.
Well, Helen, obviously my name is Alyssa and I'm a 28-year-old jewellery designer from Hertfordshire. I launched my jewellery design company about 3.5 years ago now, and I work from a lovely workshop inside North Hertfordshire College, actually, in Hitchin. I get lots and lots of little work experience students who are studying at the college, and they come and help out and see how to run a business, which is really great for them because obviously when they're studying business and art and all things creative, it's really good to get inside the business to see whether it's something that they want to do, and also helps them with getting real hands-on work experience for their CVs when they leave. But a bit about my jewellery is that I specialise in silver and rose gold, and I have several ready-to-wear collections on the website which you can browse and completely fall in love with. And I also make bespoke jewellery. And the bespoke jewellery is pretty much anything that you can think of within reason. If you can dream it, then I can make it.
And I know your jewellery is beautiful, and I know one of the items that really took off for you was the Twitter bird, the symbol, wasn't it?
Absolutely. It's actually inspired by the Twitter logo, so it's not the actual logo. It's just a beautiful little bird with little drilled holes, which does resemble closely the Twitter logo, but obviously it's not. And when I started up, there were so many jewellers around the country, I had to do something to make myself stand out because I'd come out of university with no money, no experience, and literally, when I say no money, I mean in so much debt from uni, and not even any money to advertise at all, not even a little thing in a magazine. So I had to use all free ways to advertise and try and get myself known. And I had to find a niche in the crowded jewellery industry. And so I kind of took the social media inspired route because back then it was when social media was just getting big, and so I used to make things like hashtag necklaces that said follow me, and I was just lucky enough to gain support from some amazing celebrities really early on, which boosted my social media presence and has enabled me to get where I am today.
And you have done amazing because, I mean, we've known each other for a few years now, going back a wee way, and you know, it's been absolutely fantastic to see you grow. What was it that made you choose jewellery? You know, how did you decide that was the route for you?
Do you know what? People ask me this all the time, but when I was a little girl, I was just obsessed with the sequins and beads and buttons and literally anything gaudy. I would go shopping with my mum, and if something had sequins all over it and lots of buttons and glitter, I would just sob until I had it. I know that sounds spoiled, but I love sparkly stuff so much. And I used to line up all my mum's buttons on the floor, like all of her old buttons and odd ones and stuff, and then like thread them onto pieces of cotton and make disgusting little bracelets and stuff out of them. But it was just something that it's just who I am. It's not a conscious decision to, I know, I want to make jewellery. It's just what I did from the earliest age possible.
Yeah.
When I was a little girl, I used to put all my mum's beads around my neck, about 10 pairs a time. And it was just an obsession of mine, jewellery. Absolutely loved it. And so for me, there was literally no other career choice. I didn't even think about anything. And everybody used to say, oh, but you're so good at English. Why don't you be a journalist? And yeah, I was good at English, but it just wasn't, it was a no-brainer. I was going to be a jeweller and I was going to work for myself, and simple as.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, how these things, as we're, you know, when we're younger, the things that we're really into quite often turn into our career. You know, like myself, I started off as in hairdressing, and look at what I'm doing today. But the career path that changed so much to end up actually back doing what I used to do when I was younger, and that was sit and interview my teddies. Now there's a secret I've never shared. Uh-oh. But, you know, I used to line them all up, and I'd sit and I'd have a conversation with them, but I'd pretend that I was on my own show. You know, it's really bizarre, isn't it?
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it is funny. It is funny. I mean, I've never, literally couldn't think of anything else that I want to do. And when you've got a passion like that, I think it's really silly to waste it.
Yeah, absolutely. And your, you know, the thing is that your passion, it comes out in your talent, in the way that you produce the jewellery, and even the way that you name your, you know, the pieces that you produce.
Yeah.
But they're so right, they match, and you can see how people can.
Everything has a name and a story.
Yeah, absolutely, and why not?
I've got a new dog collection, but I have a new dog collection at the moment, out of jewellery, not of actual dogs, although I do have a dog.
And but does
yeah, I've got a
Bambi?
new collection.
But does Bambi model them?
Bambi models the Chihuahua necklace. For those who don't know, Bambi is a Chihuahua, and her full name is Princess Bambi Sparkles, and she is a big part of Alyssa Smith Jewellery.
She's gorgeous.
So we have a new Chihuahua necklace. She is. We have a new Chihuahua necklace, and she sometimes walks around the office wearing that. She loves that one. She's got a little bow necklace too. But the new collection of dogs, instead of just calling it a dogs collection, I've called them Worcesters.
Love it.
Oh my God, I can't say it. But they've all got little stories. So there's Romeo, the French bulldog, and he's like a necklace and earrings, and he's really, really posh, and he loves bow ties. And so he's got a little bow tie cut out of him. And then there's a little Dachshund as well. She's called Juliet. Do you see where this is going?
I do. I love it.
Their boyfriend and girlfriend. And Juliet has a bow tie also, because Romeo gave her the bow tie, you know, as trying to woo her. And then that's just like a little story. And I've got some little robots who are really adorable. And even though the robots are made out of metal, they've got a lovely warm heart. There's a little heart cut out of the necklace, and he's called Lovebot. And then there's matching earrings called Bit and Bob. So when you wear them, you can say that you're wearing bits and bobs.
I love
so
it.
yeah, everything has a story.
Oh, brilliant!
And people will say to me over Twitter, I'm wearing my bits and bobs today," and people are like, "What?" Until they realise. But yeah, I think everything needs a story, because if you create things which have no meaning, they're just an item. And they're not personal to anyone. Everyone who buys my jewellery can read a little story about it or know exactly why I've done it, because I'm very open about where my collections come from and all of the inspiration and stuff. And I just think it makes it so nice when things are really personal.
I think that it's real, but also when a person wears them, they feel they feel special. They feel that there is a meaning behind what they're wearing. You know, we all wear clothes that make us feel good, make us feel special. You know, if we're going out anywhere to dinner or on, you know, on a special date or something like that, we dress up, don't we? So why shouldn't your jewellery also have a story?
Exactly. And people they're proud to talk about the piece they're wearing. Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, rather than it just being something that goes with an outfit. They know the girl who made it, and they know where it came from, and they're proud to tell all of their friends like who these little characters are that they're wearing. And I just think it's so lovely.
It is. It just adds to everything, doesn't it? So with obviously starting up your own, you leaving university, starting up your own business, has it been a straight road? Or has there been a few little lumps and bumps along the way, and how have you managed?
I think that anybody who says it's a straight road is a complete and utter fibber. It's not a straight road at all. I think that if it was, everyone would be starting up their own businesses, which is insane, because then the world wouldn't work.
Yeah.
But no, it's not easy at all. From the minute I decided to start the business, there were problems, and it's just how you overcome the problems in the first place. I mean, I could have easily talked myself out of starting the business anyway, because before I'd even started, there were already problems with not having any money to start a business. I didn't have any money to afford all of my jewellery and silversmithing tools. I didn't have any money to buy the beads or the silver to actually cut it out to make stuff. I didn't have a computer, so I couldn't really go online and start selling. And then, of course, I didn't have any money for advertising. Also, as well as financials, I also massively lacked in business knowledge, because nobody I knew owned a business at the time. Lots of them do now, but before, nobody owned a business, and I just literally didn't know where to start. And so instantly there's so many problems before you've even pushed yourself through that door. And you just have to overcome it. And you know, I taught myself pretty much everything, and I do have a degree in applied arts where I specialised in jewellery, and I also have a degree in marketing, but it still doesn't teach you how to run a business or how to do a tax return. I had literally no idea.
Yeah.
So I had to send myself on lots of free courses from like the government. They offer, I don't know if they do Business Link anymore, but they did at the time. And I know they give you vouchers when you start up a business to go and teach yourself, go on little courses on how to do a tax return, or you know what VAT is, because it's not something that you know, is it?
No.
I mean, if I asked somebody who was at uni when obviously who was my age when they started, how much you have to turn over to register for VAT, you wouldn't have a clue, would you, really?
No,
I mean,
exactly.
it was something that you specialised in. But so I went out and taught myself pretty much everything, went on courses, bought lots of books, and when I went on holiday and stuff, I just read the business books and just ask and Google and just not be afraid to be a learner. And so that's kind of how I've learned business side of things. The rest of it, raising finance and stuff, I did loads and loads of car boot sales and pretty much sold everything I had, and asked like my nan if she had stuff that she didn't want anymore, and I'd just stand out in the cold and do these car boot sales. And I worked in a little jewellery shop part-time as well, which, you know, paid for my phone bill, which I needed to start calling people.
Yeah.
And it paid for a few business cards and some beads and stuff. And then I started making the jewellery, and then started selling it and putting all the money back in, or, you know, I'd sell a few pieces and then I'd spend that £30 on a stall, and then of course I'd have to stand outside in the freezing cold all day trying to convince people that my jewellery was good enough for them to buy and wear. And you know, it was embarrassing, it was hard work, it was freezing cold. Sometimes I wouldn't even cover the money that I'd spent on the stall, but if I had given up then, I wouldn't be where I am today.
No, exactly, and that's the thing, isn't it?
You're always going to face problems.
Yeah.
You just have to get over them and learn to overcome them, because there's always a way around something.
There is, isn't there? And it's that old thing, you know, a hurdlist doesn't stop at the hurdles. If they need to get over them, even if they knock them over and move on to the next one, they just keep going, and that's what we have to do, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, if you want to run a business, it's not going to be easy. So, like, for example, if you want to have a baby, that's not going to be easy, is it? But it wouldn't stop you having one if you wanted one.
No, well, I don't know about that.
If you wanted one, you know it's going to be hard work, right? But
very hard work, yeah. No, it is, exactly.
But what I mean is that everything's hard work. Everything that's worth it is hard work.
Absolutely, and you have to put in the hard work.
Even now, I still have bad days. It's not like an easy ride now. Just because I've kind of made a name for myself, it doesn't mean it's any easier. It's just that you're used to the problems and you're used to overcoming them.
Yeah. That's the thing, isn't it? And we learn from them. So then the next time something comes up, you take from what you learned from the past and apply it and tweak it to depending on the situation.
And the further down you get in business, the more contacts you meet. And so then you can share your problems, because 9 times out of 10, someone's been through a similar problem. And with all the people that you meet along the way, someone's going to know how to help you or give you advice.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and those are really, they're so important. They're worth worth their weight in gold, you know, to have those contacts, aren't they? Because it's a pretty lonely place out there when you're in business.
Oh, do you know what? Lonely is not even the word. What's more than lonely? Isolating.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, really isolating. It's hard work. I mean, sometimes I used to get up and go to work on my own, and even though, don't get me wrong, I love my job, the loneliness and the isolation is hard. It is really, really hard. And with me, most of my friends are in, should I say, normal jobs.
Yeah.
And when you try and talk to them, they don't really understand. I mean, they understand as far as they can, but unless they've been there, they don't understand the loneliness. And a way that I found was really good at overcoming the loneliness and the isolation was to surround myself in like-minded people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, for example, networking groups, they're really, really good.
Yeah.
Actually, you'll laugh, but social media, it's really great. There's so many other people like you on there, and little social media groups like on Facebook and stuff. And even though they're not there in person, it's just great to know there's other people like you going through the same thing. And it's like a lovely support network.
It is, isn't it? It does become that, you know. Yeah, you're going to have the odd ones that you think, okay, I'll move on. But then there are special people that you connect with that you might never meet, but there's some sort of a click. You just knowing that they're there, you know, if you're going to tweet or if you're going to go on Facebook and post something, that they're going to be there and they'll respond.
I mean, it's the same with me and you.
Yeah.
You and I met, how long ago? Maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I went to my very first networking, which was Wire.
Oh gosh, yes,
One
it was.
night, and I remember being really, I was so young, and I turned up to this networking thing, not having a clue. I didn't even have a business card, and I didn't even have a business really. I was just the girl that made jewellery, and I was trying to start a business. And I just remember you coming straight up to me, and you made me open my little notepad, and you gave me people's phone numbers and all of these useful email addresses and websites for me to look on. And you were just a random lady who just came up to me, and you were so open, and we're still in touch now.
Yeah, yeah.
So the connections that you build at this kind of thing, we're all the same kinds of people.
Yeah, exactly. We all think exactly the same, or we've been through something that we can help you with and share, and it's just you can't put a value on that at all. So, you know.
No, so I'd recommend anybody, you know, starting a business to at least give networking a go, because for one, the loneliness factor too, but also for contacts and mingling with other people, potentially swapping business and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. It is crucial. It really is. So obviously you've had your journey. You're where they are. Where are you going? What does 2015 look like for you?
Probably to Starbucks. Starbucks? No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, let's go. Let's meet up for a latte later.
Well, actually, I'm just about to expand the company, which is really, really great. Can't really say too much at the moment, but I'm looking to do some larger collaborations, jewellery-wise, with some well-known faces, potentially well-known places. And hopefully one day I intend on expanding into accessories as well. I know jewellery is an accessory, but I'm talking about handbags, purses, beautiful scarves, and lots more. So that's on the cards once I've, you know, started to expand the company. But I don't want to rush anything.
No. Well, keep us posted.
Obviously, lots more jewellery collections. I will do. Don't worry, you'll be the first to know.
Wow, fantastic. So you really do have quite a busy year ahead.
We do have a busy year ahead, yeah. We're moving offices as well into a larger office, which I am dead chuffed about, because I found out today it's got a little old-fashioned fireplace in it, which I'm going to hang little stockings up at Christmas and, you know, do all the photography for the jewellery on the old fireplace. I love doing creative photography and stuff. Yeah, so, I mean, I will keep you posted. It'll be very exciting, but I just can't say too much right now.
No, absolutely. No, that's fine. We all have to have our little things that we can keep in the background until it's ready.
Sparkly secrets.
Exactly.
My little jewellery box, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, listen, what would be your top 3 tips to our listeners out there, whether they're starting up in business, they're sort of halfway there, or, you know, they just need something, what would be your top 3 tips?
Oh my lordy, I've got like 20.
That's fine if there's any.
Listen. Really fast, can I say 20?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Come on, right, I'll set the timer.
There's loads of things. Yeah, little egg timer. Right, there's loads of things. I'd say that you have to be really thick-skinned. There's still days where I wake up in the morning and go, oh, I can't do it. And then I'm like, yeah, I can. So you have to be really thick-skinned because not everything is going to go the way you want it to. And if you fall at the first hurdle, then, you know, probably entrepreneurship and running a business is not for you. You need to learn to toughen up. Things aren't going to go your way all the time. But when they do, you need to think about how that feels, because I guarantee you it will feel absolutely amazing, and you need to hold on to those feelings. I mean, I said to someone the other day, like, you know, a heartbeat goes up and down on the screen, you know, when you're wired up to something. That is life. That's what it's meant to look like. It's meant to go up and it's meant to go down. It's the minute that everything goes flat and everything stays the same that there's a problem. Clearly you're dead, right? So things are going to be good sometimes and things are going to be bad sometimes. But you just need to just plow on through it, because it's not going to be easy, but it's definitely going to be worth it. Something else I'd say is that you really do have to be passionate and have belief. I know that everybody says that. I think everyone you'll ask will probably say that, but it is for a reason, because it is true. If you don't fully believe in yourself and your product or your service, your business, everything, then it's probably not going to go the way you want it to. You really do have to be slightly deluded and believe 100% that you can do what you want to do. I mean, it's not something that's going to happen overnight either, and there's that saying that Rome wasn't built in a day, and it's so true. So true. And when you're feeling like things aren't moving as quickly as you want them to, you just have to remember that Rome was not built in a day. I know I'm stealing that quote, but I can't remember who it's from, so whoever it's from, to you. Another thing I would say is that you need to think outside the box, because unless you've invented something amazing or whatever, there's probably going to be someone else doing something similar to what you're doing. So you need to think outside the box in ways to promote yourself and make yourself stand out. And your unique selling point needs to be something, I would say, pretty cool, or even something about you. For example, my unique selling point is actually me, and it took me a little while to realise that it was actually me as opposed to my jewellery. And people, you know, connect with me, and I am that. So without me, the business is not really Alyssa Smith Jewellery. So you do have to think outside the box. Make sure that the thing you're doing is something that's in demand as well. Because it's all very well coming up with an idea or doing something, but if nobody wants it, then it's probably not going to work. So doing research is also really important, research into something that you're launching or something that you're doing. And then the final thing I'd say is that you need to be really, really fluid, because everything around you is always changing, and you need to learn to change with everything around you as well. So if you stay the way a business was 20 years ago, and you're like, oh, I'm not going on social media, that's not how we run it. Well, I'm sorry, but this is today, and everybody is on social media. So you really do have to, you know, adapt your business to the things around you and take opportunities when you see them. So, for example, if you had been running a business for ages and you're still not on social media, then you're probably missing out massively. And if you're not on social media yet and you're just starting up a business, then get on it, because it's still free, and you could potentially reach a whole worldwide audience. And I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, and it does take time, but you definitely need to learn to move with the times and, you know, keep adapting your business. Just keep adapting and keep adapting.
Absolutely.
That's pretty much it, I think.
Do you know what? And I think that they are probably exactly the same sort of things that I would say, because they are so important to the foundations of ourselves, which then becomes our business and our products.
Yeah. Oh, yes, definitely. Absolutely.
Perfect.
And anyone who's wanting to start a business, then I do wish them lots and lots of luck. And remember what I said.
Absolutely. Listen, thank you so much, Alyssa, for joining me, because I know you're extremely busy, and it's been lovely having you here. So
I'm never too busy for you, Helen.
we must meet up for that latte. How can people get in touch with you? Oh, right then. Oh, actually, yeah, I've not had one of them for a while.
Well, there's obviously like the phone thing and the snail mail, but social media is probably the best way to get hold of me, because I spend my life on social media, because that's how my business is run. So Twitter is the quickest way to get hold of me, and my Twitter handle is at Alyssa Jewellery, which is ALYSSA JEWELLERY. You can also find me on Facebook by searching Alyssa Smith Jewellery, and my website is www.alyssasmith.co.uk, which is ALYSSASMITH.co.uk.
Perfect. Well, listen, I shall be keeping my eyes out for the growth in 2050, and it's going to be really exciting. And everybody listening in, you must take a look at Alyssa's jewellery. It is beautiful, and don't forget, if you want something bespoke, Alyssa is the person to go to. So thank you so much, Alyssa. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, and thank you to my listeners, and keep tuning in. I will be coming to you very shortly with some more interviews from my amazing guests. You can check in at www.thehelenwindershow.com. I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.